In part 1 of this tutorial series, we'll take a look at the basic transform functions in Photoshop. So I have a layer set up. This car is all on its own. It's not attached to the background. We're going to change the scale of this car. The quickest way to do that is to hit Command T. If you're a menus person, it's under Edit, Free Transform. And then a box will appear around your object, and these are control handles. So if you take your mouse and hover over any of these, you'll notice that the appearance of your cursor changes. It indicates what you can do if you click and drag at that point. So if I wanted to scale my object, I could click and drag when my cursor looked like a diagonal set of arrows to change the size and scale of my car. Now you can see as I'm scaling down, this car is actually distorting and getting squashed. To keep that from happening, hold down Shift and that will retain the original proportions as you size down. So once you've hit the size that you want, hit Enter to finalize it. Now if you're on a laptop, you may have to hit, I believe it's Command Option Return, because you actually don't have an Enter key. So that's how you scale and keep proportion. Something to know about transform, however, is if you scale down, so I'm going to make this car even smaller doing the same thing, Command T, hold down Shift, and then Enter to finish it. And then if I decide, oops, I want it to be big again, make it much bigger. Uh-oh, look at the quality on this. All of that original detail has disappeared. It's become very pixelated. That's because when you transform small, it finalizes that transformation and redraws those pixels so it's using up less space, and you lose all of that original detailed information. So anytime you're transforming, it's a good idea to go from big to small and not from small to big. The only exception to that is if you're using a vector object. So for example, if I get my shape tool, choose the custom shape tool, and then in my options bar pick a shape, I'm going to click and drag and it will create a shape. When I transform this vector object, I can go as small as I want and then back as big as I want, and the quality of the edge actually won't change. The vector line is redrawn each time that actually happens. So if you have a vector, you can size any way you want and you won't lose the quality. If you have a pixel based image or a raster image, if you size down small and resize big, you'll lose the pixel image quality.